Suffering from mixed opinions by netizens is something that any idol has to go through while working in the K-pop industry. Unfortunately, besides idols who don't put their mind to that, there are some who are said to care too much about others' opinions that they eventually become brainwashed and spoiled, adapting to changes that only made them a worse version of themselves. Number 1. aespa's Winter. While aespa themselves said that the members had no fixed positions, netizens still believed Winter was the visual considering how SM Entertainment emphasized the members' skills, yet put all the spotlight on Winter's visual in the Sync series. This, of course, gave Winter a huge reputation boost, but on the flip side, she was believed to have seemingly become obsessed with doing everything to make her look perfect anytime, anywhere. Most recently, there was a thread by a netizen on Pan saying that she was shook to see how much weight Winter lost within 1 year, as Winter used to make lots of headlines regarding her slender figure in the Black Mamba era. It's odder to see she went on a diet to slim down her body even more. Apparently, this meant Winter's features stood out more prominently, and in this photo she even looked like the main character, stepping straight out of webtoons. However, to fans, it was still hurtful to see her go on a diet as a result of netizens' toxicity and lose so much weight despite her already perfect visual in the debut era. There is also a belief that Winter's perspective about her visual is spoiled so badly that it is unsavable now, and the proof was that Winter's recent Instagram photos showed clear traces of Photoshop. Particularly, the staircase appeared to be severely bent, and when zooming in closely, you will see not only the step near her shoulders was bent, but also the one close to her back arm and forearms. Some said Winter had even elongated the photo, making her torso unusually long, and her face was said to also get heavily photoshopped as her chin wasn't that short in real life. Overall, netizens believe this is proof of how obsessed she was with chasing an unrealistically perfect beauty standard and implicitly promoting an extremely bad relationship with food. However, after the incident blew up in the internet, some defended that it wasn't Winter who was spoiled, but rather her staff, since they were the ones to take, edit, and post all photos of aespa members, including Winter. Plus, even if she was spoiled, netizens were the ones to blame since they had clearly made her feel not pretty enough through their high expectation of her visual. Number 2. ITZY Yuna. Famous for the perfect hourglass-shaped figure, Yuna has made countless headlines since people still couldn't get enough of how she effortlessly slayed every outfit, and made even the most eccentric one into something aesthetically pleasing. However, as Yuna has probably seen herself become the center of attention mostly for her look rather than anything else, she also strived to maintain the most perfect image in public, though that has cost her both her physical and mental wellness. Firstly, netizens noticed Yuna has gone on an extensive diet to lose weight, though she was already underweight. Her condition was also so critical that people had to ask her to eat more, though their beauty standard worshipped skinny bodies. And in famous forums, people couldn't stop talking about how Yuna was literally becoming a walking skeleton. Besides the scary bony body, netizens believed Yuna's perspective on her visual was also spoiled badly because she has been using hip pads non-stop to live up to the hourglass-shaped figure fans praised her for. People were even more concerned to see Yuna use noticeably big pads to receive more compliments, and considering how she has been trying hard to look seductive on live streams, many believe she should stop before becoming too obsessed with cultivating her look to be perfect all the time. However, many fans believed Yuna shouldn't be criticized for caring too much about her figure, and netizens should be blamed instead. They claimed that it was netizens who started the fuzz over Yuna's perfect figure, repeating the same thing again and again to the point that she herself got obsessed with it. That was not to mention how the idol job requires idols to always look at their finest. Yuna should just ignore the hate and keep making money as she has always done. Number 3. IVE's Wonyoung. Similar to Yuna, Wonyoung was also non-stop praised for the figure as surreal as that of Webtoon's characters. While this made her more famous, some noticed such a belief also spoiled her badly, because she has literally been starving herself to live up to what brought her to the brightest stardom. Even when Wonyoung looked like she was on the edge of breaking bones when dancing due to the overly thin figure, compliments about surreal figures still made headlines non-stop. Back in December last year, she went viral everywhere for the Sailor Moon figure, which clearly indicated that her physique was too slim because no normal person would look like that. However, many didn't seem to care about her alarming situation as they continued to praise her for not gaining weight, maintaining such a surrealistic figure though her packed schedule could have made her eat more to have enough energy. Ironically, this ended up getting Wonyoung in lots of controversies, and from time to time she was bashed for promoting a toxic relationship with food, as she was said to be the it girl of Gen 4 idols with lots of influences. Many even called her a spoiled idol who made her fans look up to a harmful beauty standard that might cost them their longevity when they get older. Yet similar to the case of Yuna, many also defended that Wonyoung was just another victim of netizens' obsession with a skinny figure as she was influenced by those toxic compliments and manipulated her image to match them. Had the public not been so excited about her Sailor Moon physique and instead encouraged her to care more about her health, things could have been much different now. Number 4. NCT's Mark. Continuously being praised as one of the most genuine members of NCT, Mark has long been a pride of NCTzens when it comes to reasons people should support the act. However, it was also for this belief that netizens started to notice how he was spoiled by fans, thinking it was good to just say whatever was on his mind. Most recently, Mark has been crazily criticized by Japanese NCTzens, and as you can guess, it all came down to Mark's allegedly unfiltered remarks. Just one day before NCT 127's fan meeting in Japan took place, SM Entertainment announced that Mark along with Jaehyun and Johnny wouldn't be there to join, since they tested positive for COVID-19. For this was neither something Mark could control nor want to happen, fans were initially very empathetic. However, things took a turn for the worse after Mark's livestream. Particularly, Mark said he was disappointed that the rainy weather stopped him from playing basketball, and told fans to not worry much as he had just tested negative for COVID-19 the previous night. As many Japanese fans had spent a bunch of money at this fan meeting just to see Mark, and there were even Korean fans who bought the 1 million won tour to Japan to particularly support him. The fact that he only expressed his disappointment for not being able to play basketball due to the rain, rather than for not being able to see his supportive fans due to testing positive with COVID-19, triggered lots of people. However, Japanese fans could still hold their irritation back at this point. Their anger only exploded when Mark said he initially wanted to start the livestream at 7 p.m., but because NCT 127's fan meeting took place at the same time, his manager asked him to reschedule it. Just like that, only 10 seconds after the fan meeting ended, Mark immediately did a livestream. From netizens' perspective, Mark's action was nothing but mindless and disrespectful, since it goes without saying that one should avoid promoting individually, while their group was active. Even when he didn't mean to offend and steal the spotlight of NCT 127, others said his action was still unacceptable as it showed he had never cared about the fan meeting, so he didn't know about the time it started. This was said to be the biggest scandal he has ever gotten embroiled in, because though Japanese fans rarely voice their disappointment online, and this was also part of Japanese culture to not rant about little annoyances too much, over 8,000 people liked the tweet complaining about Mark's senseless remarks. Countless tweets by Japanese fans were also posted, and they even took time to translate their complaining tweets into Korean for Mark to understand them better. Things got even worse as netizens traced back to his past controversies, and as found out, Mark was caught up in another huge scandal where he casually made jokes about an earthquake back in December 2021. As more people joined the chat, more bad moments where Mark spoke his unfiltered thoughts were dug up. One person pointed out that it was also Mark who once said he used to have no hopes in NCT Dream, and what the act managed to achieve was mostly thanks to luck. However, there were still lots of defending opinions saying that people were taking Mark's words out of context to bash him. About the Japanese fan meeting incident, he only did the livestream as he was afraid fans had to wait for too long to see him. He also opened the livestream by saying that he was sorry for not being able to see fans, especially right on his birthday, because many had probably prepared a lot for this occasion, and even promised to not get sick ever again. The earthquake incident was also a misunderstanding because Mark didn't think there could be such a coincidence that the release of Earthquake happened at the same time as a real earthquake. His words about NCT Dream and their concert were also taken out of context because, in fact, Mark had said he was sorry for ruining the expectation and promised to hold another concert soon. So, who do you think is to blame in these cases? The idols whose willpower is not strong enough to stay true to themselves? Or netizens whose double standards are so haunting that idols must back down for peace of mind? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting K-pop content. Thank you for watching!